Another Starbucks in Denton has unionized. I have the details coming up.
An exclusive interview with presidential candidates from the Student Government Association.
And what North Texans might not expect during the upcoming total solar eclipse.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Chanel Young.
And I'm Mauricio Ortiz-Segura. A series of major changes and personnel turnover during the past few months within the Pilot Point ISD may be coming to a close.
The school board is in session right now to decide on a new athletic director and head coach. This happens after the previous coach resigned after just one season.
ntTV's sports director Drew Maurer joins us now with more. Drew?
Yeah, guys, Pilot Point ISD has experienced significant turnover in the past several months, and perhaps the most eye-opening was the firing of district athletic trainer Javier Esoriz, who was later arrested on charges of grooming a student. And meanwhile, Nicole Price, the former girls athletic coordinator and head softball coach, was also arrested on a felony DWI charge with a 15-year-old passenger. She was dismissed from the district in October. The most recent departure is head football coach and athletic director Chase Adams. He resigned in mid-February after spending just 1 year in the position. However, that vacancy is potentially going to be filled tonight. Our sports anchor Mackenzie Freeman joins us live from the school board meeting to tell us about some big decisions being made. Mackenzie?
That's right, Drew. I'm right inside Pilot Point Middle School as they already have voted in Chad Worrell for their new athletic director as well as new head football coach. He will have a lot of issues to tackle on as Pilot Point has had a large amount of coaches who are no longer with the program due to various reasons. But Worrell looks to be like the perfect candidate, as not only did he graduate from Pilot Point in 1990, but he had a lot of experience at Brock High School where he was in a similar situation and built the program up from essentially scratch and led Brock to great records, and I anticipate he will do the same here. We're hoping to get a live interview with him later in the show, so stay tuned for that. And that's all I have for now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Mackenzie. So, Chanel, I don't know about you, but it's time to bundle up today. It was crazy chilly outside.
Oh, please. It was more than just chilly. It was downright cold, okay? I was practically shivering walking to the studio. Hopefully it won't be as cold once the show is over, but what do you think, Kayla?
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it doesn't look like it's going to warm up after the show. Right now in North Texas, it is 63 degrees Fahrenheit, feeling the same with wind speeds at 7 miles per hour. We will see some rain potentially, so watch out for that. Tonight, it's going to cool down to 56 degrees, feeling even colder at 55, with wind speeds slowing down to 6 miles per hour. We will continue to see some clouds from that rain. Now, tomorrow, it is going to be 58 degrees, feeling a little bit chillier at 57, with wind speeds at 7 miles per hour. However, we will get to enjoy that sun. That's all I have for now. Be sure to stick around for full weather.
Thanks, Kayla. Let's hope the weather holds for our big event on April the 8th, the big eclipse.
Yeah, that eclipse is going to be great up in the sky, but down here on Earth, there's another issue. ntTV's Aaliyah Bordeaux has that part of the story. Aaliyah?
Thank you, Mauricio. Here in North Texas, Kaufman County officials have issued an eclipse disaster declaration. The county will be in the center of the eclipse path and could draw tens of thousands of visitors on April 8th. County officials say the move will free up resources in order to protect citizens and help the visitors. That number could reach around 200,000. North Texas is the largest metro area in the direct path of the eclipse. Officials are also saying this large increase in population at a short period of time will greatly impact public safety agencies, taxing their ability to respond to calls. Law enforcement, EMS, fire, and other agencies have been meeting for several months preparing for this event. A disaster declaration allows counties to mobilize local funds and resources in preparation for the influx of visitors. The declaration will run April 5th through the 9th. That's all I have for you guys today. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Aaliyah. Starbucks workers close to home have taken a stand for better pay.
That's right. ntTV's Chris Cordova shares an up-close look at Loop 288, where he shares the major change at the local Starbucks. Chris?
Thanks, Chanel. The Starbucks here on Loop 288 has just become the fourth store to unionize in Denton. In a 16-4 vote Monday, workers at this location decided to join the union organization, Starbucks Workers United. This location filed a petition with the National Labor Relations Board to unionize back in February. Over 400 Starbucks stores across the country have unionized since 2021. The coffee chain has committed more than 400 violations of federal labor law. The Starbucks Executive Vice President Sarah Kelly released a statement expressing her desire to work with all the unionized stores. Once the Labor Relations Board certifies the election, workers at this location can then elect a union representative to begin negotiations for better working conditions. That's all I have. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Chris. Are you struggling to get a good night's rest? We may have the reason.
And UNT students don't know who to vote for as SGA president? Later in the show, I will be sitting down with the two candidates to get to know their goals as president.
All right, look up here. 1, 2, 3.
Mom, Dad, I got it.
You're right, Mom. I have.
Has this ever happened to you?
My bike! My bike is gone!
Stolen bikes are an epidemic sweeping college campuses across America.
What am I supposed to do?
It's quite simple. The We Mean Green Fund has partnered with the UNT Police Department to offer free bike locks to any UNT student with a bike. Just show up with your bike in tow and ask.
Now I'll never lose my bike ever again.
Enough worrying. Get your bike lock today.
Tonight, divers have recovered the bodies of 2 workers killed in the Baltimore bridge collapse. They were found inside of a truck. 4 men are still missing. The men died when the bridge collapsed early yesterday morning. Besides the tragic loss of life, there's an expected huge economic impact. The collapsed bridge in the water has blocked the port. The closure is expected to cause big problems with the supply chain for the U.S. economy. The city of Baltimore is the 9th largest port in the United States for international cargo, handling over 52 million tons last year. The closing of the port could lead to a rise in shipping costs, but some experts say the goods that were originally set to be shipped to Baltimore could be shipped to other ports, minimizing the impact on the economy.
All right, Chanel, I've got to be honest. Although it's chilly today, I'm really looking forward to some warmer weather.
Oh, me too. I really want to get some heat, and hopefully the rest of this week's weather will be a really nice change compared to today. What do you think, Kayla Bumpus?
Chanel, I could not agree more. I am looking forward nothing more than to the day when it is finally warm here. Right now in Bowie, it is 60 degrees. Over in Graham, it's 62. Decatur, it's also 62. Stephenville, a little bit warmer at 64. Paris, it's also 60. Across the state, we're seeing similar temperatures, a little bit warmer in some areas. Over in El Paso, it is 65. In Oklahoma City, 44. Just glad I'm not there right now. In Shreveport, 63. And in Houston, 65. Let's take a look at this week's forecast. This week, we can expect to see some sun tomorrow, so be sure to enjoy it because there's not much of it this week. Thursday, a high of 72, a low of 55. Friday, we will begin to see some clouds, which will linger for the remainder of the week. A high of 77, a low of 59. Saturday, a high of 80, a low of 62. Sunday, a high of 80, a low of 65. Monday, there's a 39% chance of rain and thunderstorms with a high of 82 and a low of 52. Tuesday, a high of 63, a low of 46, and 24% chance of rain. Wednesday, we will finally get to enjoy that sun with a high of 64 and a low of 43. That's all I have for you guys this week. Be sure to check out next week. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Kayla. For many adults who struggle with getting enough sleep every night, researchers suggest you, well, get more sleep. A new study revealed that people who exercise regularly are at the lower risk of insomnia and extreme sleep durations. Over 4,300 people were surveyed over a span of 10 years about their physical activity and sleeping habits. Those who exercise regularly were 55% more likely to get 6 to 9 hours of sleep a night. These results match results from previous studies that stated that exercising more often leads to better sleeping habits. Now, exercise is not the only key to good health. There's also maintaining a proper diet and hydration. Thankfully, there's a local business here in Denton that provides all of that without sacrificing sweet flavor. Let's check it out.
Refreshing teas, frosty milkshakes, and robust coffee. Don't feel guilty for indulging these sweet drinks because 288 Nutrition's got you in sweetness and in health.
Do you like peanut butter? Do you like chocolate? Are you a fruity gal? Do you like something super sour that gets you in your goodle back here?
Located on 1-800 Brinker Road, this small business is a sweet haven with a healthy twist. Over 40 flavors packed with vitamins, minerals, and protein. It's all between 200 to 250 calories. It's the sweet companion to anyone's health journey, including mom of 6 and owner Angela Crane, who went from nearly 300 pounds to dropping almost 80 pounds.
We want you to still love having the things that you enjoy having every day, right? So we're gonna figure out how to plug those different things into your meal plan so that you can still enjoy those wonderful things but get bomb and incredible results.
I would recommend a Busy Bee. Going to give you your B vitamins, antioxidants, ginseng, natural pick-me-up without a crash. So we're going to start with a little bit of water in our cup here. I'm going to have you open this packet. That's going to be our B vitamins and our ginseng. And then you're going to add in NRG. This is a pick-me-up for metabolism booster. And then our herbal tea concentrate. This one's a raspberry flavor. That one also helps with your focus and mental clarity. And then we're going to add in some rainbow candy flavor. And then we've got some other fun flavors here. I have a pineapple. Fill it up with this blue and then taste away.
This is so okay. I taste sweet, sour. It's so good. Offering the #1 nutrition products in the world, this community doesn't just sit together, they sweat together. Health coaches host events to help others reach their fitness goals, along with a meal plan featuring their liquid gold. Whether you're an athlete, a health nut, or someone with a sweet tooth, 288 Nutrition is breaking boundaries in the health industry.
You're always going to get quality products anytime you come in, but also you're going to get heart and love every time you walk in these doors.
Reporting in Denton, Chanel Young.
Coming up, an interview with a member of a book club that is giving back to Denton's elementary schools, as well as an interview with the presidential candidates for the Student Government Association. It seems like we just had an election, and while that is true, this one hits a little closer to home. Elections for the student government opened yesterday online, and today you will get a chance to meet the presidential candidates, Michael Skowinski and Alfred Dozier. They're in the ntTV lobby with news director Mauricio Ortiz-Segura. Mauricio, what's up?
Thanks so much, Chanel. I'm here with the two Student Government Association presidential candidates, Michael Skowinski and Alfred Dozier IV. How are you two doing today, guys?
Awesome.
Good. Awesome. Well, I've got a couple of questions. Thank you so much for making the time to come out here for this interview, and I'll ask you the questions now. So, my first question for you two would be what are two key issues that you guys want to accomplish if you are elected as president of the Student Government Association? Michael, why don't we start with you?
I think two key issues that I really want to solve if I became SGA president was communication across campus and improving it as much as possible. And the second one being the ability for student orgs to have more funding and the lack of ability for them to be able to be funded.
Awesome. Alfred, what do you have to say about that?
So for our campaign, we're focusing on two main issues, which is combating food insecurity, which we have 3 initiatives that seek to help alleviate that, and also addressing transportation concerns within our transportation system here at UNT.
Awesome. Awesome. And what made you two want to run for president in the first place? Were you inspired by something, or did you just happen upon the SGA? Alfred, why don't we start with you for this question?
I would say it was a mix of both. I didn't know him personally, but I knew the past president 2 years ago, Jermaine Turner, and I know Dorcas, and just being in SGA, interacting with students and being an orientation leader kind of gave me a love to interact with students, advocate for them, and seeing the different changes happening on campus made me realize that I could help create good change, and that's why I'm running.
Awesome. Michael, what about you?
Personally, I'm currently the SGA Chief of Staff, and I really, in that role, have been able to do a lot of different things, plan a lot of different events, and advocate for students in a really interesting way. And I want to continue to be able to do that, continue to be able to advocate for students, and continue to be a support line for many different types of students.
Awesome. And this is y'all's both first time running for president, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So what are some interesting issues you've run into with your campaign itself? Is it different from any other sort of organizations or clubs that you've joined in the past? Michael, why don't we start with you?
Definitely. There's lots of different issues you have to run into, being able to campaign properly. There's lots of different issues where signage and advocating properly in Instagram and going up to different student orgs. It feels really different than becoming a leader of a different student org.
Yeah. Alfred, what about you?
There's a certain rush when it comes to campaigning. You got to meet with those student orgs, meet with those student leaders, interact with students, get word out through social media, through tabling in person, through putting signs up all on campus. So kind of making sure you're touching all those different student groups and also different ways of engagement so people can learn about your campaign and then come vote. It's really challenging, but it's very fulfilling.
Awesome. And as we're wrapping up here, do you have any last thoughts that you want to share to anyone who might be voting for you this SGA election?
I just want to share that please come out and vote, even if it's not for me. I really want to see students interacting with SGA. Come to Senate, come to be a part of SGA, and come be a part of advocating for students and being everything.
And Alfred, what about you?
Same thing. Voting closes tomorrow at 5 p.m. Come out. We're tabling from 12 to 2 in the union. It's votings through OrgSync, and just participate in SGA because we are the people who are having those conversations with the administration, helping make decisions that affect all students on campus.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. That's all we have for today. Back to you at the desk, Chanel.
Thanks, Mauricio. The Denton Noon Rotary Club is launching an initiative focused on getting books into the hands of kindergartners. Our reporter Ashley Loudermill is live from Patchouli Lee Joe's with more on the story. Ashley?
Thanks, Chanel. I'm here with Rebecca Jackson,
Good.
Who's a member of the Denton Noon Rotary Club. Today I'm going to be asking her questions about the student book club. So, Rebecca Jackson, I'm so sorry. How will kids benefit from this club?
So the Denton Noon Rotary Club took on a project this year called Road to Reading, and we purchased 2,353 of these books to distribute to every kindergartner in Denton ISD that will be registering for kindergarten in April. And so each kid gets to take their own book home, and then it's theirs to read over the summer, bring it back, start to learn to read, or have their family read to them. So it really does help start a love of reading.
Okay. That's really, I think every kid needs a foundation of reading.
Right.
What are some different languages that the books provide, like other than English? What are other languages?
Yeah, that was a great question. So it was really important to us that we not only provided a book for our English-speaking students, but we also supported those students who have Spanish as a second or as a first language. So we did purchase this book in a dual language that included Spanish that we could distribute to those students. So we had the English version, and then we had a dual language version as well.
Okay. Yeah. What are some improvements you see with the book club later on in having it just now opening? So like, what are some more?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So for this year, it was our first year, we started out by providing a book for every kindergartner coming into Denton ISD. One thing we'd like to do next year is include the pre-kindergartners. So there are several schools in Denton that have a pre-kindergarten class. So we want to expand this program to provide a book to those students as well. So we hope this program continues and just kind of evolves into supporting more students in the community.
Okay. So for the book, please tell us more about the book and who it's made by and what it shows.
Absolutely. So this book is Whoever You Are from Mem Fox, and we're super excited to be able to give it out.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I have today. Thank you, Rebecca, for coming in and letting me interview you. That's all I have today. Back to you guys in studio.
Thanks, Ashley. You guys, I was on the edge of my seat last night during the Mavericks game. Well, at least on the first half, since I turned it off after the third quarter. Hopefully, our sports director, Drew Maurer, can fill me in on what I missed. What's up, Drew?
That's right, Chanel. I'll be recapping last night's Mavs game along with the big Rangers game out in Arlington tomorrow, so don't go anywhere.
Turn to fabric of passion.
Oh, Hector, it will be so hard for us to part, but we must.
But, my love, what did I do? I thought we were meant to be together forever.
I am so disheartened to say that you're just not in style anymore. But you will be, to someone else, in a better place.
You're gonna shred me?
No.
I'm donating you to one of the many clothing donation boxes available on campus. There is one in the Union by the Syndicate and one on Union Circle Drive.
Oh, well, why didn't you just say so? I'm gonna be someone's new shirt.
I thought you'd be more distressed.
Oh, absolutely not. It was cramped in your closet anyways.
Maybe you would like to be shredded after all.
A former Jacksonville Jaguars employee was sentenced to 220 years in federal prison after he hacked the team's Jumbotron system. 53-year-old Samuel Arthur Thompson was fired by the Jaguars after it was discovered that he was convicted of producing, receiving, and possessing sexual images of children, doing so while registered as a sex offender. The Jaguars originally hired Thompson as a contractor to help in the installation of the video board and brought him back as part of the crew to operate it. During this time, Thompson installed software to remotely access the video board. The Jaguars previously released a statement regarding Thompson's conviction in November of last year, but have yet to make a statement on his sentencing. Your 2023 world champion Texas Rangers will be hoisting their championship banner into the rafters at Globe Life Field tomorrow on opening day. The Rangers open their season in a 3-game series against the Chicago Cubs, and while the first pitch is set for 6:39 p.m., for those of you attending the game, the Rangers recommend that you hit the road a little earlier. Globe Life's parking lots will be open at 2 p.m. and the gates will open at 3:30. So as we take a look at the map here, there's some places around the block that you can park at. Some down by Choctaw Stadium there and some even cheaper parking probably over by Jerry World at AT&T Stadium. All of those general parking lots on the Legend here are recommended for parking tomorrow. Well, as the Rangers gear up in Arlington to hit off their season, we had a night full of games yesterday. First, the Dallas Mavericks against the Sacramento Kings in a huge game, and they won big, 132-96. Luka, 28 points, 11 boards, and 6 assists in just 3 quarters. And staying on the West Coast, as you see there, the Dallas Stars took the ice against the San Jose Sharks, taking the victory with a score of 6-3. 2-goal outings for both Johnson and Robertson. Well, finally, our Mean Green softball team brought home the W from Arlington as they beat the UTA Mavericks with a score of 7-3. Big game from pitcher Mackenzie Childers with 7 strikeouts. Now, there's another big win out in Pilot Point as they've hired their new athletic director and head coach. Mackenzie is live with Chad Worrell to see just about what Chad's all about. Mackenzie, what do you got for us?
Thanks, Drew. I'm here with new head coach and athletic director of Pilot Point ISD, Chad Worrell. Chad, I know that you graduated from here in 1990, so this is kind of a full circle moment for you. How excited are you to be coaching at the program that you once graduated from?
Oh, very excited. You know, it's been, you know, the timing's right now, and being able to come back and see a lot of old familiar faces it's been a great afternoon.
Right, and I know that Pilot Point has seen quite a few coaches leave the program in the last couple of years. So how, as the not only head football coach, but athletic director, do you plan on kind of incorporating more stability within the athletic programs here?
Yeah, it's just a matter of hiring people that want to be here and people that are willing to, you know, to commit to bringing this program and turning it around. And boys and girls side, and people, you know, Pilot Point's a great community, and it's a great selling point to have people here, and the school district's a great school district. So, you know, hiring people that want to be here and have a passion for coaching kids.
All right, thank you, Chad. It was nice to have you on here on ntTV. That's all I have for you now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Mackenzie. With all these exciting wins in sports, everyone's hopping with joy, especially since it's almost Easter. According to the National Retail Foundation, Americans are expected to spend over $22.4 billion this year for the Easter holiday, with the average celebrator predicted to spend an average of $177. The 3 highest things people are spending their money on this holiday will be food, followed by clothing, then gifts. However, due to a rise in the price of cocoa, everyone's favorite chocolate bunnies and eggs will probably cost more this year. Now, I don't know what I'm going to be spending my money on just yet. Chanel, what about you? What are you spending your money on?
Oh, I know 100%. Food and clothes, okay?
I'll probably follow suit with that. Thanks for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow at noon and tomorrow evening at 6 here on North Texas Television.